Now, we've kind of danced around this topic here on the show so far, and I want to take a deeper dive into it. We've also kind of answered it, but taking a deeper dive here, does Medicare cover nursing homes and long-term care?
Well, no. The simple answer to that is no, it does not cover nursing homes or long term care. Well, it does cover nursing homes, but it does not cover long term care. It truly covers skilled nursing for rehab. And remember, Medicare, original Medicare, Part A is where your skilled nursing benefits are going to come into play. And you've only got coverage up to 100 days. So, any of you listening that have parents that are older seniors, like my mom, I've talked about her a lot on the radio. Mom's 87. She's doing fantastic. She is not in a skilled nursing facility. She is not in a nursing home. She's actually we relocated her to a condo right down the street from us, so it's really convenient. But she's self-sufficient, so she doesn't really need to do a whole lot of, or she doesn't really need a lot of care from skilled nursing. But here's the issue that comes into play. If you get to a point in your life where you're not able to take care of yourself, and you may or may not have someone, whether it's a spouse or a loved one, that's able to come in and help and take care of you, you may have a situation where you're going to need to go into a long-term care facility. There is no coverage on original Medicare, on a supplemental plan, or on an Advantage plan that's going to cover long-term care facilities. However, we do have plans that we actually write. They are truly long-term care plans. They are designed for long-term care benefits. So if you're needing care beyond 100 days, so 101 or more, you definitely need to consider looking into a long-term care plan. The old traditional long-term care policies are a thing of the past. There are new benefits out there. There are hybrid policies that will actually give you income riders, long-term care riders, life insurance benefits, and there are even plans out there that if you decided you didn't want this plan anymore, you can get 100% of your money back. So if you're thinking about the old long-term care, traditional long-term care where you're paying $3,000 a year, the average stay in a long-term care facility is anywhere from 1 to 3 years. The person typically may pass away. All of that money you've paid for all of those years is kind of forfeited back to the company. Those are a thing of the past. The nice plans today have got a life insurance benefit to where if you use, say you have a $300,000 policy, you use $100,000 of benefits, you pass away, your beneficiary gets $200,000 of life insurance. Far better plans today than they've ever had in the past. But, the simple answer to does Medicare cover nursing home? The answer to that is absolutely not. It does not cover nursing homes. Troy, since you're sitting here on the panel with us here, if I get to a situation where I need long-term care, you going to let me move in with you?
Knew that question was coming.
I mean, I'd prefer not.
You would prefer not. Well, that's the burden that's actually placed on a lot of caregivers, and it can destroy families. With the caregiving and all of the needs that are necessary. I won't go some of the places I was going to go with that, but if I need something, I better buy me a long-term care plan because I can tell right now I'm not going to have I'm not going to have any place to go at Troy's house.
Troy, I want to commend you on that. That was a pretty diplomatic answer, all things considered. I would prefer not. It wasn't a direct no, but it was, I'd rather not
He knew what it meant.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
It's
a
in there.
hard no.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, this is one of those things you want to take in consideration because if you don't account for it, or if you don't account for the fact that your Medicare could cost more because of IRMA, like we talked about earlier, that's going to be a surprise. These are all things that can really deplete a retirement account, jeopardize a retirement in general, if not for you, then for your loved ones. So making sure, as we said here, all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted, especially when it comes to Medicare. That is where the team, obviously, at America's Medicare Associates comes into play. So find out more, set up a time to speak with them, find out about the events that they have going on. It's all there at the website. That is arhq.com. Or you can give a call, set up a time that way as well, 419-794-3030. It's 419-794-3030. As always, we want to thank you so much for joining us here on America's Retirement Headquarters. It is the home of the Retirement Guys formula, America's Medicare Associates, and Retirement Tax Partners. Please have a great week ahead of you. Gentlemen, appreciate the time. And as we wrap up, I'm going to leave you with the final word.
Well, thank you, Chris. I think we had a wonderful show. I want to thank Dan and Troy for joining me on the show today. And remember, if you're in need of any Medicare, if you're in need of any health benefits whatsoever, or any retirement benefits, look us up at ARHQ. Thank you for joining us on Toledo's #1 talk radio show, 1370.